Major urgent updates for the Levi's Air Max 95s. The stock on Nike's endpoint just updated to a drastically lower number, and this changes everything. We also got the stock numbers from the Levi's drop, which we'll go over too, and it was very, very limited as expected. And it did end up being a massive manual cookout for endurance members thanks to our monitor, especially because they've been restocking a ton and we're still copying them as I post this video. It's not too late to join the team, guys. Links in the description. So again, today we're going to be discussing whether you should sell or hold the Levi's Air Max 95 in all three colors, white, black, and blue. And we have to discuss this again because there's major updates on the stock numbers. The Levi's Air Max 95 releases tomorrow, July 11th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Nike Sneakers, but they just had their Levi's app drop this morning and they're actively restocking as I post this video. Endurance members are still copying pairs with our restock monitor. Anyway, these dropped for $195, and initially there was 3,700 pairs dropping on Nike US for the white pair and about 2,500 pairs for the black pair dropping on Nike US. But as of last night, after I posted that video, the Nike backend endpoint has updated and the stock numbers look insane. Now, a possibility for this drastic update is that this is what is left after the sneaker stashes that happened last night, and all of that stock already did drop and is now in circulation. But that would be a high amount of stock to drop through an LA store only stash with Bluetooth enabled, thousands of pairs. In my opinion, that's pretty unlikely. Usually for very specific locations like that, they'll just sell a couple of hundred. And of course, regarding that stash, we did post all the early info for it inside of Endurance. We always post early info for any kind of shock drop, so consider joining if you haven't. Another possibility is that this was a pre-allocation number, and these numbers I'm about to show you is the post-allocation stock, meaning that this is what will drop on Nike US, and the original numbers were total US stock pre-allocation. So the current Nike US numbers are as follows: 150 pairs for the white pair. Yes, that's it, just 150 pairs. And 80 pairs for the black pair. Yes, that's it, just 80 pairs dropping on Nike US tomorrow. Hypothetically, if they adjust this endpoint before the drop, I will make a community post to update you guys, but right now, that's it. And that means we're definitely going to see a positive impulsivity effect because that's like no stock and it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Now, it's definitely possible this is just stock that was remaining after the stash and they might add on to it as we edge closer to tonight. And so again, I'll keep you guys updated if that is the case, but I'm just letting you guys know what shows on the endpoint right now. And it's these super low numbers, 150 and 80. I think that is absolutely insane. And obviously there is no stock for the blue pair. That pair is just Levi's exclusive, as we know. And here's the blue pair stock from Levi's. In total, that we added up from all our monitor pings, because it does pull the stock on every single ping, it's about 1,600 pairs as of me making this video, but we might see some more restocks occur, so it might gradually increase a little bit. But in general, you get the idea that it's very low, and it's probably not going to surpass 2,000 even with any of these restocks. The point is, it's definitely very, very low stock. Currently, it's just about 1,600 pairs. So now with that new stock in mind, let's rediscuss what the estimated resale is going to be for all of these, because you need to consider if you're going to go for these tomorrow or not. We already went over the stock info. Again, white is most available, then black, then blue. And there's also a dark blue pair, which is F&F. Don't worry about those. Anyway, it's clear that the iconic blue pair has the most demand. As I mentioned in the last video, this pair is clearly a full send. Nothing has changed on this. I told you guys full send yesterday, and that we would be monitoring them in Endurance, and everyone who joined was able to cook pretty hard and make good money. So hopefully you saw last night's video, because people are out here copying multiple pairs manually. Now, as for the black and white pair, I am going to adjust my prediction, but only slightly. Initially, I said the black has lunch money potential. I think now the profit potential is a bit higher than that, and all sizes should be good, but if you have tax, still stick to the large sizes. And for the white pair, I said they may end up being bricks because of the low demand, but given this stock update, I'd upgrade these from brick to lunch money after fees, especially in large sizes. So no major changes, but I still wanted to update this video because of the stock changes, because it does impact your decision to go for both the black and the white pair tomorrow on Nike sneakers. And that's my goal at the end of the day, to just help you guys with your decision making on these kinds of drops. I want to always keep you guys updated. And of course, Nike has free returns, so there's absolutely no risk here, so there's no reason you shouldn't go for both pairs tomorrow. Let's discuss whether they're expected to increase from the post-shipment prices or even continue to decrease. So since I'm remaking the prior video, I'm just going to restate what I did in the last video since it did not change. The best comparison for these would be the Levi's Jordan 4 collab. When it comes to all these, we see an interesting inverse pattern. The same colors, back then as now, performed the worst initially. Blue sold for the most, followed by black, and then white. That's what we're expecting for these as well. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a similar pattern over time where the blue pair doesn't move much, making it a terrible hold, the black pair moving a little bit, making it a subpar hold, and the white pair moving a considerable amount pretty quickly, making it a decent hold. Unfortunately, I think the Jordan 4 will always age better than Air Maxes though, but we should see a proportional effect with the colors, just not as good if you consider this good, considering those Jordan 4s dropped all the way back in 2018. Finally, regarding the hold margin on these, essentially, are these going to be worth your time? Again, no changes from the last video here. Considering I'd only expect Air Maxes to age worse than Jordan 4s, I would rate these lower than what I would rate those Jordan 4s from what we saw. At that, it would make the white pair a 5.5 out of 10 hold, slightly above average, the black pair at 4 out of 10 below average, and the blue pair at 3 out of 10, a very below average hold. Remember, it's not about how great or hyped the sneaker is, it's about what opportunity there is for an ROI. If you're watching this before the sneakers drop, good luck. And also, there's still restocks happening on the Levi's app, so if you haven't joined Endurance, considering doing so, not just for that, but for early info too, for Pokemon reselling, for Labubus, and much more. Anyway, other than that, good luck and have a great rest of your day.